All right. I think we're on. Wait. Chat. All right. Can you hear me? Can you hear me at all? Thank you. It's a long time no see. Where you been? Okay. So, what we're going to do is I'm going to attempt to do this daily. Well, every day but Sunday. Because these happen at 9 Eastern. And so we're live 9 Eastern on Sunday. So maybe no Saturday, no Sunday, or something like that. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Thank you, Red Lentil Healing. And hello, by the way. So yeah, we'll try to do these on the daily. And they'll take place, like I said, at 9-ish Eastern. And so what I want to do is get some questions from you all here in the chat. But before you do, though, we're going to do about 10 or so because we're only going to be here an hour. That way I can I have no videos to record. I have a bunch, actually. Let me not say that. I have 43 videos to record, but I thought it'd be nice to just, you know, you and the baby head. So I'm looking for a costume for the Halloween stream, and there's a staff, like a wizard staff, and it has a baby head at the top of it. So I gotta get that. I mean, it's like one of the creepy baby heads where it has like one eye, and that it's one of them type of things. So yeah, that's gotta happen. So anyhow, so before we put the questions in, though, don't participate if you are sensitive of any kind, because if I don't choose your question, I don't want you to take it personally. Okay, just before we even do all of that. But if you want to, you can put some questions in the chat, and then I will put the little star by them. That way we know what the questions are, and we'll take about 8, 9, 10 questions, something like that. Because like I said, this is only an hour stream. I don't know what it's called, but it's got a little baby head. So we'll see. We'll see. I got a idea, but we'll see. Thank you, LLC, for for the baby head. Okay, thank you, Kathy. Because you know what, I took some pictures in the store, and I showed Becca, and she was like, "Oh, you got to get the baby head." I'm like, this was not in my budget that I budgeted for, because I didn't plan on buying anything. I just wanted to go in there and look, because when you move and all that stuff, you got other stuff you got to buy. So I just spent $300 with the Amazon and the Walmart. So going in the Halloween store and buying baby heads is not on the list. So I walked out the store, and then I told her about it, and she was like, "I will send you the money just so you can go get the baby head." I didn't go back, but I will, because I do want it. Oh, banking fall, do you mean as in like an economy crash type thing, Raven? Is that what you mean? Okay, we'll look at that too. Future of Kavanaugh. Let's see. These people. Okay. So we'll start, and if you have any questions, you can post them in the thing while we're going at it here. I'll do it again, Nikki. We did an espionage question on Sunday. I'll do it again, though. How will climate change affect Seattle? Seattle don't get preferential treatment. Now, maybe we can, I don't know, because I don't like weather questions because they don't feel psychic enough for me. It's like, oh, it's going to snow in the winter. And like, I mean, just, I don't know. I hate when people predict earthquakes in places that always have earthquakes, and floods in places that always have floods. And oh, my angels told me that Seattle was going to rain tomorrow. Oh, really? I mean, I don't know. A place where it rains 370 days of the year, it's going to rain. You don't say, But you know what? We'll do it anyway. We'll take it from a non-weather perspective and say no earthquakes. We'll just say climate change effect on Seattle. Because the whole northern western region there is hot now. So we'll see. We can do that. Yeah, I've seen that. The floods in Dallas. I've just seen that. Okay. Oh, wait. Oh, Trillium Tarot, we shall do that. Because I haven't seen... okay, we can do that, Gabrielle, too. I haven't seen the original Game of Thrones, but I know the following for it is massive, of course. And anytime you take something from its original form and start piecing it off, you lose things in translation. So we shall see. Oh, that's what I was doing. What's going on with Skeletor Rick Scott? Did he steal GOP money? Let's see. I know him and another guy just had a conflict of interest thing. I don't think anything illegal is going to come of it because it never does, but thank you, me, myself, and I. But we'll see. We shall see. Is he stealing money from the GOP? Five of Pentacles. There's your lack, your loss, your without type of thing. The Emperor. What is he now? Is he a senator now? Because this is somebody who has an office of some sort somewhere. Or a representative. Isn't he something somewhere now? He's not out of government totally, completely. Justice, Queen of Swords, the Empress, Prince of Cups, which is Knight of Cups, Hangman, Senator. He is a senator. Okay. Ace of Cups, Three of Pentacles, and the Hermit. He ain't by himself. He is not by himself. Not by himself. So, Five of Pentacles and the Emperor. There is someone here. There's oh. Jules Daremore, I'm gonna fight you altogether. I read that as lowercase teeth and uppercase teeth at first. I'm like, okay, what was I doing? First live stream. I can't even keep it together. Oh. I've never heard uppercase teeth. Anyway, so he has a position where he can make things disappear. Like, I'm going to say resources instead of money, even though money, but I'm going to say resources because in the beginning, it's other things. It's not necessarily right now or back then just money. It was something else too. And mind you, pentacles are not just money. They're things worth money. So it could be resources of some sort. So this can be crops. It can be people even because, you know, if you hire someone, they're worth money, like the Knight of Pentacles. Anything worth money, documents, with banking documents, deeds, and titles, and things of that nature. So something somebody would pay for, like a voter registration or something of that nature. So there's something that was missing, but it's resources of some sort. The Empress and the Justice. This new thing, which I dismissed it, I will tell you, because what I usually do is I go through the Google thing and I screenshot a bunch of stories I can do readings on. And it said Rick Scott and some other fool, conflict of interest, so forth, so forth. I'm like, bypass that because nothing ever happens. But there's something new legally here. And it has something to do with stuff that he had that he may have been trying to coax other people his way. So there's some sort of bribery, some sort of something, some sort of offer in that nature. There's a woman here who she has an attachment to him some way, somehow. The Ace of Cups and the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups is usually, emotional. It's usually like a child or something very creative. I don't know exactly what their connection is, but she's new to this whole thing. She's new to him anyway. So it's not like they've been partners in crime since the 70s. This is somebody new to him, and it's not necessarily brand new. It could be within this year or the last year, but it's new. She hasn't long known him for very long, but she has very creative things, or she appears, she might be a lawyer, because the Queen of Swords is usually someone in the justice field for me. But she's highly emotional, but she tries to come across as something else. So she may be wearing two faces type thing. But the Three of Pentacles is where I get this is not by himself. So he is not stealing money by himself. And I will say, initially, this is probably where the lack 2 comes in. Initially, he did not know how to pull off whatever it was he wanted. He knew what he wanted, but he didn't know how to pull this off, because in the word of warning is the hangman. So this is some sacrifice, but it was not needed, because you'll need to do illegal things. But there was some sacrifice involved here, and he is going to be isolated, though, because someone is looking. Again, back to this Empress and Justice. I did not think this would be such a big thing, but... And then again, looking doesn't mean charges and indictments and chains or nothing. But to answer the question, yes, there was some money that he was stealing from the GOP and others, mind you. What does the card say about U.S. banking fall out this October? So let's focus on October. What popped out? 10 of Cups, happiness. What does the card say about a banking crash for October? Now, if some reader said there was going to crash, get your clarification. Tell them to explain how and why and all that good stuff. But we'll see with the cards. Because that's not a little thing. That's a very big thing. That's an Obama 2008 thing. Okay, let's see. What do the cards say about a banking crash, a possible banking crash this October? Should I just say this fall? We'll just say fall. We'll focus on fall. Focus on the fall. Okay. Queen of Cups, 6 of Wands, Ace of Swords, 6 of Cups, the Hierophant, 9 of Cups, 7 of Pentacles, the Moon, 9 of Pentacles. I don't see one. There could be, because there's a woman here in the center of the read for whatever reason, 6 of Wands as well. So this could be some sort of prominent strategist, or a person who proclaims himself as a strategist, or a person who proclaims, because the 6 of Wands is the person's center of attention, the celebrated one. So they could walk around like they have a title or something of that nature, that could be maybe spreading a rumor or spreading something they believe to be a trend, even to where they may see certain waves or certain numbers or certain something. It's just here, 7 of Cups and the Ace of Swords. They're misreading something, though. Here's your information. This is your truth and your clarity and your... Thank you, Karen. I'm going to get it tomorrow. We'll take a picture. Oh, creepy baby head. There is your truth and your information here. And there is some lack of clarity. The Moon is even present. So this person here is misreading the trends or misreading something, because the information is clouded with the 7 of Cups. There's your Hierophant and the 6 of Cups, 7 of Pentacles. Again, the trend. And the 7 of Pentacles is a trend card, because when you plant apple seeds, if you're a farmer, because that's what this is as well as farming, when you plant apple seeds, since you're the farmer, when they're going to grow. When the trees are going to grow, and then when they're going to sprout fruit, and so forth, based on past information. So there's your trend. Also reaping your harvest, but this Hierophant in the Six of Cups may have knowledge that's based upon something old. So the new trend is not quite there. Your word of warning is the Nine of Cups. This does not mean go get greedy or go get, a house or go get something that you shouldn't buy, or, do your research. The Nine of Cups can be too good to be true sometimes because it's a fantasy, especially when you have the Seven of Cups here too. You have some fantasy thinking, or you're prone to gaslighting. You're prone to, just see something the way you want to see it other than the way it is. Your word of solace, God answers all prayers. Sometimes the answer is no. There is the moon. The moon is not a solace. The moon is trickery of the mind. And so this is not the information that is being put out there for banking crashes or economic crashes or things like that. It's not based upon current information. It ends in the Nine of Pentacles, which is security. Not just security, but resource, financial security. So and then right below is the Hierophant. There would be your institutions. So it's fine, at least for this fall. Okay. The store I went in that had the creepy baby head had a Trump hair. They didn't have like a mask or anything. Well, they could have. There was so much crap in there. But they had the hair. All you got to do is paint your face, I guess. What is the future of Kavanaugh? Oh, mercy. Mercy. The assassination in Moscow. That was the car bombing, right? Okay. We'll look at that if we have some time. Maybe they should predict the weather with the help of the Weather Channel. Weatherchannel.com. And then get on YouTube and do a reading. That way you sound smart. What was the question? I'm being messy. What's the question? What is the future of Kavanaugh? Oh, that's why I'm messy. Okay, here we go. I like beer. I like beer and pretzels. And pretzels and beer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11. What is the future of Kavanaugh? That's how we start. So this is going to be fun, isn't it? The devil. Thank you, J-Ro. I'm going to get the baby head. I am going to get it. It's a staff, too. It's quite heavy, too. Two of Pentacles. Okay. Judgment. Two of Wands. King of Cups. Prince of Swords. Prince. There's three princes. Okay. So there is the devil, the Two of Pentacles. He's trapped in something. That's not what this is, but that's what I just heard. He's trapped in something he can't get out of, but he did create. So, as they said back in the day, what is the easiest thing to get into, but the hardest thing to get out of? Trouble. And so here is something throwing him off balance, but it's something he got himself into. This is not necessarily his addictions, though, because it's not surrounded by any card that suggests substance of some sort or even money of some sort. So this is like a deal of some sort or some sort of plan he hatched with ill intent, but something is trapping him. Now, keep in mind, this does not mean that he's going to get kicked off the Supreme Court and thrown to Gilligan's Island or nothing. This is just mean he's trapped in this. This could just be his personal life, not necessarily something you're going to hear about in the news. But there's a king in judgment. So somebody's going to be speaking it. Somebody's going to make accusations. And because here is the Prince of Swords. So there's going to be a lot of chaos around the Two of Wands. This is coming pretty soon. Like a month or a couple of months or something, like soon enough. It was plans, though, for relocating something or moving someone as well. He had something to do with that. There's also hiring somebody to do that, because your word of warning is this person. This person has a leak. Whoever this is, because this is your warning. Whoever you hired to take care of whatever these plans were of moving something. Knight of Wands is the progression, the moving of something. And the Two of Wands is plans. And so what you have is someone that you hired, but they have a leak. So it's not them doing it. It's somebody else making an announcement here. And it comes out as rumor. So it may be like, a source says, Kavanaugh, blah, 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 type of thing. Your word of solace, God answers all prayers. Sometimes the answer is new with the Five of Pentacles. There will be lack. There will be loss. There's a loss of your investment. There's a loss of your investment of some sort. And then Six of Cups. Six of Cups is how it ends. You're going to proclaim some sort of innocence, but this person, that's the Knight of Pentacles you've known before in the past. So they could be a college buddy or something like that. But the problem is the connection between you two is also going to be highlighted. And then that's what's coming for him right now. So you have some sort of connection to some old friend who's older than that one. And that connection is going to be highlighted as well after this person blows the whistle. But we'll see. It doesn't necessarily involve money. It's not at the center. But we'll see. Thank y'all for the super chats. I will go get baby head tomorrow. Will Trump face possible espionage charges? Okay. Espionage. Uh-oh. Moon fell out. That's not a good sign. The moon is murky. Murky on purpose. Creates illusions. Now, I will say, though, for the moons, the moon would say, okay, he's not going. Thank you. To light it on fire, I'm going to show it to y'all. That's right. The moon hides things, is what it does. Okay. That's the baby head. Isn't it lovely? So it's a staff with a little baby head at the top. And so I got to get it. It goes with my costume. And so the moon shows you things, but makes you believe that something else is actually happening. So you could see no espionage charges and then think with the moon, he's not going to get in trouble. That's not what's happening. It's just what you see. So, espionage charges. Oh, was that a question? Jules Deramore, I didn't highlight it. Type it again for him. Or somebody just copy paste it and put it back down in there. If you would, pretty please and thank you. Two of Pentacles and the Four of Wands. Two of Pentacles and the Four of Wands. I'm still going to say no, not espionage charges. See, I think what's happening, okay, Two of Wands and the Four of Wands. There's some sort of administration here. Some sort of established group. Two of Pentacles is sort of not off balance, but trying to just keep things in the air at the same time, which gives me the indication with these princes are getting to work today. The Prince of Pentacles, which is Prince of Swords, which is chaos, and your Four of Pentacles, which is something being held close to the chest, which would be the case. There's a lot of chaos around it. Now, just like the rioters, the people who ran through and toured the Capitol at the cookout, they were not charged with sedition, conspiracy, because those take longer in the courts and harder to prove, so forth, so forth. So they may not, if they brought a case against Donald Trump, it wouldn't be for murder type thing, because it's harder to prove. You need to prove this first. Like, why it popped in my head, but I'll equate the two, because why not? Casey Anthony, they charged her for murder, I believe, and they couldn't prove that. They could prove child neglect. So that's what they got her for. But, you know, she got out of jail in 8 seconds type of thing. So it's like that. So I don't see conspiracy or espionage or sedition necessarily. But problem is those around him who sacrificed their life and sanity for him, they will get some charges, but not necessarily that. It's harder to prove, but does not mean no. It just means I don't see it. Because he was doing something with it, right? So anyhow, I don't see it though. So climate change, how will it affect Seattle? Climate change. 10 of Wands, there's a burden. It flew out. Okay. What's this? Page of Swords. Not a good burden. Is there such a thing as a good burden? Yes. Something you want to do, but it's heavy to do. Like start your own business can be a burden, but it's one you're willing to take on type thing. But this is not a good one because there's no remedy. Well, that's not true either. 10 of Wands always has a remedy. You just have to get other people involved, which is usually where things go wrong. But let's see. All right. 7 of Cups and Justice. Yeah, we don't have a way to balance something. Something's not balanced. And, well, I shouldn't say we don't have a way. We're not effectively communicating ways to balance something out. 7 of Cups looks like a lot of options, but is usually not. Thank you, Diane. Is usually not a lot of options because all of them are not viable. There's like 2 or 3 maybe. And then there's the Justice. The Justice wants you to balance something, the cause and effect as well. So it wants you to not do stupid stuff because then you get stupid results. The 3 of Wands and the Emperor, the problem also could be leadership, and not necessarily leadership as in governor. This could be city council and mayor type thing too, because on your ground level, you have a lot of talking voices. You have a lot of talking people, a lot of voices here with the 8 of Wands and the Page of Swords. Someone is speaking truth to power. There are 2 men here and 1 woman that are speaking truth to power, but the problem is the person with the sane and rational, thank you, Catherine, the sane and rational approach is not winning this fight. And so 8 of Cups, the Ace of Swords, and the High Priestess. What happens is you walk away from the circular argument because you're not going anywhere. Meanwhile, go back to where we started. Cause and effect. There's not a lot of options. There are a few options, and those will work if you choose to implement. But it's harder to do because of the da type of stuff. So everybody's got an opinion, 8 of Wands, but only a few people have facts. I don't need to know how you feel. I need to know what is. And that's where we're running into a problem, apparently. So how will it affect? It actually did not say. It just told me all the bureaucracy going on. But, well, I guess it did say, because you got the 10 of Wands and Page of Swords fell out, and I guess the rest was to tell you why. So there's a burden, and it's not a good one. It causes a lot of delays and disruptions. So there's that one. Will HBO completely F up the Game of Thrones prequel like they did the first series? How will it be received? How will it be received? I still need to watch. Oh, I think HBO is going to Discovery Plus, so maybe I'll finally see it. I don't have Discovery Plus now, but no, I don't want a chicken because I want the voodoo baby. I got the baby head, and then there's a little voodoo doll that's got like the Jeepers Creepers mask or the Scarecrow mask on it. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be a witch doctor in case you haven't. So let's see. Let's see. Will they F it up? Will they F it up? Your city council sucks. There it was. Most of them do. Well, not most of them, but every place I lived. Just too many. And then you got one person sitting in the middle of the room pulling hair out because it's like, what are y'all even talking about? All right. Will they F up the game? Uh-oh. I'll take it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. There's your double on the bottom. Okay. Queen of Cups, King of Wands, 6 of Wands, 4 of Swords, 10 of Cups, 2 of Wands, 7 of Swords, blah, 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 blah. Yes. There's a man and a woman here. These could be characters within the show because there's a larger group here, but they stand out. So this could be characters within the show. Those characters are either not as prominently featured because there's the 6 of Wands. This would be your celebrity, your person center of attention. And it is accompanied by the 4 of Swords, which means this person is not featured as much as they should be, or something's wrong with the dynamic of the character's involvement. The 2 of Wands and the 7 of Swords, there are plans going forward, but those plans are not sound because their 7 of Swords is a strategy, but it's not airtight. Because the person who sneaks into the camp and steals the swords in the traditional depiction of the 7 of Swords, they're carrying, there it is right there. They're carrying the swords by the blade. That is not a thing that you should do. Now, it is easier to get them in your hand by the skinny part, but it's also going to cut you too. And then you have the 2 swords right there, which means you dropped some. You left something behind, you're leaving something out, or you're leaving a trail to your disaster. And your word of warning is the Tower. And not only the Tower, but you see it's the same crown from this man here. Just about, anyway. And so you're missing they're missing key components to make the story make sense and to make the characters more prominent, at least these 2 here. Or even, I mean, this is just a possibility, possibly, that those 2 people are having a problem with the rollout of the show, and then they could cause a wrench in the whole thing too. But it ends in the 5 of Pentacles. So there's some lack and some loss, and people lose interest. But fingers crossed. Maybe you'll like it, and everybody else. I mean, you can always hope. I suppose. How will the virus be this autumn? So I'll look at COVID, and then I'll look at monkeypox separately. So how will COVID be this autumn? The season coming up. Please and thank you. Christine, we did that one earlier. I think. Well, no, actually, we didn't ask if he would get in trouble, but we asked what's coming up for, or did he steal money from the RNC, and we got yes. And somebody is looking into it. Thank you, Hope. And somebody is looking into it, but we didn't get, trouble or anything. But we'll be back tomorrow. We can always revisit. Okay, so let's do COVID first. Yeah, but where was that? They found polio in the water or something like that, which means somebody's walking around with it. Walking around with it and may not know. Jeez. Can we ever stamp anything out? COVID. Four of Wands and the Star. There's somebody within there is, because I got the Knight of, thank you, Linda. I got the Knight of Swords. There is some chaos going on. I was in my seat there. Thank you. There's some chaos going on, and it has something to do with, I think hospitals are going to be hit again really hard, because it's in the word of warning. And I'll extract it from Biden, because this is usually the Biden card, because he's the water sign man. But because if he gets it again, then that's what this is saying. Someone, administration, 4 of Wands, recovery, Biden. But I'm going to say it's more than likely hospitals too are going to be hit hard with something here. The 5 of Cups and the Empress. This has something to do with regrets. So this is not necessarily COVID running rampant through people who are careful or vaccinated or anything of that nature. This is because, just because you're vaccinated doesn't mean you can't get it. It just means you won't die in 10 seconds. But here is something about people who did not take precaution, some sort of regret. So I don't know if it's like a event as well, to where a bunch of people got in one space and, start slobbering all over each other or something like that. Like they did with the Sturgis, when they did the Sturgis thing in the middle of lockdown, and then there you go. But there will be some moving forward, like going into the winter, going into the next season, going into the next phase. The numbers will go back down, but there's some sort of rush. There's some sort of rush within the September through October months that hospitals will be hit hard, and major cities, because these are like big things. This is not, in the middle of Wewoka, Oklahoma. This is, Manhattan type thing, somewhere with a large population, but it's a gathering. But it's a gathering of people who are not cautious. You don't have to be afraid of everything, but not cautious. So there's that. Monkeypox. How will that be this fall? Be out of control, in control, what? We'll take all these. If it fell out, we'll take it. So there is going to be some good news coming with the star here when it comes to monkeypox. However, the Temperance and the Page of Cups, this is doing more fear damage than health damage because it looks horrible. It's kind of like Ebola. It looks horrible, and you get scared of such a thing. But the Justice and the Ten of Swords, because I think there might be someone on the verge of like losing their life over this. And so that creates a panic with the Temperance and the Page of Cups. Temperance is moderation, balance of emotions and mental. And then your Page of Cups would be your highly emotional, strong person. So there may be some overreaction because of isolated stories or something of that nature. There's also spin. This is not in the reading. I'm just saying this now. There's also spin being done on this too, to where, oh, you're only going to get it if you are the gay man or you're the people who go to this place or so it's one of them things too. They're also throwing that out there because even though never mind. It's doing more fear damage than health damage. So there's that. You won't get me ranting for 4 hours. I just don't do it right now. Can you see who is behind the assassination? And I can't say assassination. Assassination in Moscow. Now, I read this in the comments too. It was 2 women, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, please, and thank you. Yeah, car bombing. Was it 2 women? Someone said, and one of the people's name was Ivana or something like that? Or both of the people? I seen that somebody wrote that in the comments somewhere. So who's behind this? Will they be found? Will anything happen? But who's behind it? Who's behind it? One girl. Okay, so let's see who is behind it. The Lovers card, first card, and the Sun. It's like an obvious relationship. This may be, yes, Nikki. But don't get me started. Who is behind it? The devil, but I mean, that doesn't say a whole lot because there's a whole bunch of these everywhere. The Lovers and the Sun. There's a relationship there. And like it's somebody either there's your car. The Chariot. And it's accompanied with the devil. And the death is right above it. I can't shake the word obvious. I'm trying, I need a different set of words here. Because this is, of course, planned and orchestrated because you got the Knight of Pentacles who plans and orchestrates things. But this is obvious. That doesn't mean anything to me, though. I don't get any people in here other than knights, and it wasn't a knight. I get the Lovers, though. First card. Okay. So let's do this. Let's do this. Actually, give me all this back. Describe to me the person who orchestrated or who set in motion the car bombing. Describe the, oh, wow. Well, come on all out then. Those two, too? Okay. Okay. I don't even know how many cards this is, but we're going to read them all. The Two of Wands, the Queen of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, Two of Swords, King of Pentacles, the Moon, Five of Pentacles. Okay, so somebody she knew, definitely. King of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune. This is some person tied to her life, though. This is tied to her life, tied to her well-being, so somebody very close, though. So either they lived with her or they worked for her or she worked for them. Because there's work involved or there's life involved. So either they lived together or they worked together. But the King of Pentacles could be a man with darker hair, salt and pepper even, so it could be graying as well. And there's the plans around the woman. This was timed, so this was something they had planned with the Wheel of Fortune again. There's also something about, well, I guess that's the bomb, because the Wheel of Fortune speaks of chemicals as well. So there's chemicals there too. The Two of Swords and the Moon. I don't think they're going to be found, though, or found out. Because something is being obstructed on purpose, or it's not really obstructed. Like, for instance, when somebody is, like the oligarchs, when they were just dropping dead, we know who did that. Like, you're never going to find the name, just like the Navalny, or however I keep messing up the child's name, when he got poisoned. We know who did that. But this just says obvious to me, but I get the King of Pentacles, whoever that is. It just could be a man of financial means as well, if he doesn't have the dark hair, but I'm going to go with that. Even if it's just dark now. Yeah, we'll see. When are the ancestors coming for Tim Scott and his uppercase gums and his lowercase teeth? I'm going to ask it. When are they coming for Tim? When will they at least reach out to communicate with Tim Scott? When? Saturday at 5 p.m. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Uppercase gums and lowercase teeth. Ten of Swords. Can't even read. The Ace of Cups, Five of Cups, and the Magician. They said we give up on that fool. Mind you, keep this in mind though. God does not give up on you. Your guides are assigned to you, so they have to stay there. Everybody else can be like, you know what? They're not going to leave you necessarily, but they might be in the middle of a good old episode of Perry Mason by the time you need something, just coincidentally. So you have the Ten of Swords, so there's like a never, because, we're done, you're done type thing. But the Ace of Cups would be your spirituality. So this could be mind you, this is not the Ten of Pentacles. That's your ancestry. But there's like a guide or something like that, but they're very, very sad. Well, not sad in the traditional sense of weeping sad, but they're disappointed because I can't reach you. But the Six of Pentacles and the Magician, there may be some manipulation going on when it comes to giving something. So he is the vessel between heaven and earth, right? The Magician. And so let's call that Mr. Scott for this purposes. The Six of Pentacles would be something that they would give him. Sometimes the Lord can only reach you when you have no options but to listen. Like when you're flat on your back in a hospital bed type thing. When you have no choice but to listen. When you're trapped in a car and it's going underwater, you know, your head may be in different places, but your spirit is receptive at that point. So he may have some situations where something may not something disastrous, but something may be given to him. That way he understands. Does Trump still have any guides? You know what? Let's ask. We still got 5 minutes. Let's see. Let's ask. Does Trump, oh, wait, something fell out here. Yes, he does. They like him. Well, mind you, they have to. It's their job. You know, what do they think right now? What are they thinking of Donald Trump right now? Uh-oh. Ace of Swords, that's a good thing. At least informationally speaking. Maybe he's starting to listen. Never too late for them, anyway. I wrote you off a long time ago, but oh well, maybe not. Then there's clouded thoughts. This is not a combination you want to see. Because there's your truth and your clarity, and then there's your lies and your treachery. So there you go. Give me one more card. Redeem the man. One more card. His guides are sleeping. Redeem this fool, pretty please, and thank you. They don't even want to give me one card. We'll pick random. Boom. That one. Strength. They're still strong. I mean, again, they're assigned to you. I mean, we're not the greatest of people, all of us. You know, we're not that, mind you. We ain't get it twisted now. We're no Donald Trump. But we have moments where we're not listening, you know. Our tower moments. Everybody's had one. So we've been in that mind frame that it's hard to pull us out of because we ain't listening to nobody because we know everything. And then your guides are like, dude, or girl, you know, this type of thing. So it's, you know, sometimes it's hard to reach us too. I mean, we're not eating financial documents and taking them to our hotel rooms, but there you go. What are you gonna do? So thank y'all for joining me, and I will try to do this again tomorrow. I said I was going to do a daily live stream, and it went by just like that. So again, for tomorrow, if you want to come out and ask a question, I'll star them and read them. Just again, don't be upset if I don't choose your question now. So there you go. But I'll see y'all tomorrow. I actually have to record all my regular videos tonight, so that'll be fun. So see y'all tomorrow. Bye-bye.